You guys ask the questions and I answer. You all want to know whether your bank account is stable enough for an upcoming GTA DLC. Is 5 million enough? Is 10 million enough? Well, today I'm going to go over how much you will probably need for the contract DLC releasing next week. Judging from past DLCs, we can make a rough estimate of around 20 million being a good enough amount for a starting point for this DLC. With the Los Santos tuners update, we got pretty much everything straight up front to us, that being all of the new vehicles, which helped us make a judgment for how much we needed. But for this update, we get some information on new vehicles, weapons and businesses, so basing off those we can make an estimated guess. With the auto shop fully upgraded, it came to around 5 million maxed, so it's safe to say with the new agency business it will probably be the same or even more. From the screenshots we have seen, it looks as though the agency is going to be a highly customizable and upgradable from full level garages to the armory. So I'd say roughly 6 million or so for the agency itself from what I have gathered. Now as for the vehicles, it's safe to say Rockstar isn't shy on adding vehicles to their updates. From the two vehicles they did show us, being the Enos Jubilee and the Champion, it's safe to say both of these vehicles could net you around $5 to $6 million. As the Champion is a sports car, as you can see it's also armoured on the side, which does add extra cost to it. So I'd say around 1 to 2 million on this vehicle. Now as for the Jubilee, this thing may bag out a little bit more expensive, as you can see it is an armoured vehicle with the standard 1 rocket armour similar to the weaponized Paragon. But to go with it, if you look at the front grille, there does seem to be some type of machine gun mount again similar to the Paragon, which will not only make it armoured but weaponized, which leads to the Jubilee being probably around 2 to 3 million range. Now from past updates, we have had around 15 to 20 new vehicles added. However, I don't think this update will bring anywhere near that amount. I'd say roughly 10 or so vehicles may be added at launch, and then possibly a few more drip fed. So it's safe to say from what we just said with the two vehicles we know of, that all of these base vehicles, it might come to around 15 million. Added onto the agency, we're talking 21 million roughly. Now as for the new weapons can be fairly pricey for updates. It's kinda hard to tell how much a weapon costs from images. With the taser, I'd say this one won't be too expensive at probably 50 to 100k. Yet again, this is online, so Rockstar might push it a little bit higher here. Now the compact EMP launcher, just as long as a long shot, I'm going to throw out 300k for this weapon, which kinda makes sense. The up and atomizer is pretty similar to this new weapon, and basing it off of that, so are the prices. So that's roughly around 400k or so for the new weapons. Now, as of right now, we don't know if there's going to be any pricing fees for the new studio area, but if there is, it won't be anywhere near the million range. I'd say 50k at most, similar to the car meet fee. To wrap it up, for the base DLC, you should be okay with roughly 10 million. However, if you want a little more than that, then 15 to 20 million is your best bet. However, if you want to enjoy everything at launch, then 30 million is your chill point. Now we do only have a week left, so how do you make this money if you don't have it in such a little time? Well, the answer is Cayo Perico. It's by far the best way to make money as of right now, and to get you at the base for this update at around 30 million, that is only 16 Cayo Pericos, judging that you do one per hour, that is. Anyway guys, I hope this answered some questions. If it did, be sure to subscribe because you don't want to miss out on the future DLC content, and as always, I'll see you all later.